Now, our next guests have gone back to basics in more ways than one. Stripping bare for their new album, rock legend Status Quo, have turned off the amps and gone acoustic for the first time in their 50-year career.
Going to be speaking to Francis Rossi and Rick Parfitt in just a moment. First, let's look back on their mammoth career.
Fortunately, they're clothed.
Status Quo have been rocking all over the world for half a century now. Legends to their legion of fans, they've travelled an estimated 4 million miles together, spent 23 years away from home, and have had an astonishing 32 hit albums in the UK chart. But the rock and roll lifestyle finally caught up with Rick Parfitt earlier this year with a second and nearly fatal heart attack. The emergency operation that followed meant missing a gig for the very first time.
Well, once upon a time, not so very long ago.
Scare was the wake-up call he needed. Now the Quo are back, and with a new album and a very different sound.
Radio.
Francis and Rick are with us now. So look, we have to start with the illness. You're well. Everything's good.
Yeah, very well actually. I know it sounds ridiculous to say, but it was sort of it's a good thing that it happened to me because it's
Rick,
kind of.
Just remind people what did happen.
Well, I was in Croatia and things were normal. I had a bottle of wine, as per normal, and we were due to do a gig the following day. I went to bed. And at 4 o'clock in the morning I just woke up having a heart attack, and so I ran downstairs. I managed to get downstairs. The drivers called the emergency services and they got me into hospital straight away, stabilised me. Cut a long story short, got back to London, they operated on me, and I'm absolutely fine. It needed to happen because it's kind of kicked me into gear because I've welded up the door on smoking and drinking. It's gone. Wow. Finished. And,
has that been hard, or was the reality of it?
No, not at all. Funny enough, I think one balances the other out somehow. You know, you know, it's a good balance. You know, giving up smoking, which it goes hand in hand with drinking, and vice versa. Give the two up, and I'm absolutely fine. I'm loving it.
Francis, Rick's been through some health scares in the past, but he came pretty close to this being, you know, pretty nasty.
It was. I mean, every time it happens, it frightens the life out of me. But he's always been the wild man, and he just
has he
keeps
changed
going.
much now? He's not.
The last few weeks he has. I don't know who that is really. I'm waiting for him to burst into wildness again, but hopefully he's going to be all right.
Mild man now. I think.
Let's talk about wildness, because the new album, a completely new sound. It's all acoustic, but you decided to strip naked for the album cover.
No, we didn't decide to strip naked.
Didn't.
They thought it would be a good idea, and as much as you might think, oh, we might have thought that this, I don't want to do that. We live in a world of marketing, and that's what happens. People look at it and people talk about it.
So they say, from a marketing perspective, gents,
we didn't wear meat like that fat woman did, Lady Gaga.
Most people are saying we shouldn't have done it. You know? It's done now.
It's done.
What was it like doing it though?
It was great fun because we did the session with Brian Adams.
He was the photographer.
Absolute joy to work with, and we originally went in our underpants, and he said, "No, we're not having any of that. You know, get your pants off, boy." Coming from Brian Adams, so you take your pants off. And
that's Brian. Yeah, well, Brian says you go.
Quite a pleasant.
He's coming to see you soon, apparently.
And it's not just the clothes you've lost the amps. You're doing acoustic stuff.
Yeah, the whole thing was done acoustically. I didn't think it'd be a very good idea initially, because I think people may criticise, you know, you've done your catalogue and so on. But as the project went further and further into the project, it got more and more interesting. It was supposed to take about 6 weeks, and it took 4.5 months. But it was really enjoyable to do, and it's quite good, we think.
Well, it's lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Both,
nice to see you.
with your clothes on.
Well,
lovely to see the album cover too. Yeah.
And it's great as well, because you'll remember this one. Because, well, that's the great news, isn't it? You're remembering a lot more now.
Great to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.